Much like the chameleon that Agent 47 is, we've seen the Hitman franchise change its image a few times recently. IO Interactive have listened to the fanbase and pinpointed the essence of what elevated Hitman into one of gaming's most recognisable names: freedom. Hitman has taken a perverse approach by releasing this AAA title as episodic. However, do not be alarmed by this news, as this idea surprisingly fits the Hitman mold exquisitely, and this could become the definitive game in the franchise. The gameplay is reminiscent of the earlier games in the series, with huge sandboxes, seemingly impossible assassination targets, and a sadistic playground for our trained killer. The first two missions act as tutorials for newcomers and veterans. The first assassination is handed to you. Once the trainer mission is completed, you are astutely requested to reattempt the assassination by trying other methods. This is the ethos of the revitalized Hitman, one large area with dozens of possibilities. The second mission introduces us to the more extravagant assassinations. The said assignment concluded with a Soviet spy soaring into the sky, courtesy of a botched ejector seat. The real crux of the intro pack is the Sanguine fashion show in Paris. As a member of the public, you are allowed to explore the catwalk, the bar and patios, but for a highly trained spy, there is much more to discover. Descending into the basement will reveal wine cellars, whereas ascending the levels will find you stumbling into an illegal auction. The task here given to you is simple enough: eliminate 2 targets and leave the vicinity. Disguises will be the best way to accomplish this. When incapacitating a person and taking their uniform, you will inhabit their identity. This grants you access to new areas, and your plan can escalate from there. A simple white dot above the heads of characters will identify those who can see through your disguise, allowing you to guard your animosity. Trespassing will normally result in you being calmly escorted from the area as opposed to chaos erupting. On the whole, Hitman is generously lenient, but that can be exploited, as standing just out of the line of sight can allow you to perform uncouth activity. Opportunities are the set pieces that are on offer for you to accomplish your mission. Having the lighting rig crash down onto the catwalk causing chaos is one said opportunity in Paris. These unique possibilities can be tracked from the start of the mission or can be organically initiated by hearing a conversation. Agent 47 shares many parallels with James Bond with his charm and confidence. As you stroll into the exhibition in a tuxedo and stand a few feet away from your intended target, it feels liberating. There are many stealth games available, but they all encourage you to hide from enemies, whereas Hitman is a true espionage game. Being bold is favoured. There is an over-reliance on disguises though, which I hope is improved in later episodes. There are over 300 individual characters attending the fashion show in some capacity, and these huge crowds allow you to blend in. The majority of these characters have personalities too. You will hear a cameraman declare his love for stuffed crust pizza, and these conversations may give you useful intel for your mission. The NPCs can also be instrumental in creating your own contract missions, which can be uploaded for others to challenge. You can select up to 5 targets to be assassinated, and upon completion, you can challenge other players to beat your score. Saving frequently will grant you the ability to be more ambitious with infiltration attempts. However, this function is flawed by the slow loading times. Reloading after a mistake could take up to a minute, and this deflated my determination when taking risks. The surrounding characters I find do need some work on their animation. One particular standout moment was when an assistant for one of my targets became a nervous wreck. Vocally, you could hear her panicking, yet there was no embodiment of this emotion as she casually strolled out of the room. Moments like this occur frequently, which loses the alive feel to the game. The Hitman reboot has been a great success so far. Fans of the series will be pleased with the core of the franchise becoming the focus once more, and new players to the series will be eased in. The episodic formula works better than I had anticipated. Being restricted to a few missions encouraged me to experiment with them, and in turn, I discovered more than I would have instead of rushing through to the next scenario. It will be interesting to see how this series will escalate with new additions, but I'm already eagerly counting down the days until April for the next installment. I give Hitman Episode 1 4 stars out of 5. Check out the full written review at thenerdstash.com.